Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about 10 car manufacturers in-game that don't get enough love. So as I'm sure you guys know by now, Rockstar have created their own car brands or car manufacturers in-game to represent real-life, real-world brands. For example, Pegassi is supposed to be Lamborghini, Grotti is supposed to be Ferrari, etc., etc. This is what they've done throughout the entire GTA franchise. However, there's a handful of brands in-game that don't seem to get as much love as sort of the other ones. And today we're going to be talking about 10 of them that in future DLCs, I think need to get revitalized a little bit. So we're going to be talking about 10 of them today. Let's not waste any more time, and let's get it started. All right, so the first car company we're going to be talking about today is Anis. So Anis is a Japanese car company in the HD universe, and it's based off of the real-life company Nissan. Although its logo is very similar to the 1990s Mazda logo, so it might share some similarities there. Now, Anis only has two vehicles in-game, the LG and the RE7B supercar. Now, the LG can be transformed into a retro sports version, but I still think that there's not a lot of options here because the LG is free. You got that vehicle for signing up on the social club, and the RE7B came out over a year ago, and that's it. So I think this brand could get a lot of love if Rockstar decided to do either a tuners update or a tuners and outlaws vibe, as that's kind of the theme you would kind of get with a company like Anis or Nissan. So that would be pretty awesome. This company certainly does not get a lot of love, but the two cars that they have in game are amazing, with the LG RH8 being one of the best sports cars we have in the game, and the RE7B being one of the best supercars we have in the game as well. So that would be the first company that I think should get some more love. Company number 2, Bolan. So Bolan is a South Korean car manufacturer in the HD universe, and it seems to be based off of Hyundai. Now, if you never heard of this vehicle, I certainly don't blame you. That's because there's only one vehicle from this company in game, and that is the Prairie. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, what the heck is the Prairie? Well, don't be confused, as probably a lot of people don't know what this is. The Prairie is based off of the Hyundai Tiburon, and it's actually a vehicle that you can't even buy on the website. You have to find it in-game. Typically, the only time you'll see this vehicle is when it appears on Simeon's car list. And just like Anis, this could be a really cool brand that gets a lot of love if there was sort of a tuners vibe going on, because the one vehicle that is in the game, the Prairie, actually has a good bit of customization. It has a lot of like tuner style upgrades that can be done to it. But of course, since it never got a Benny's upgrade or anything like that, it is slightly limited. So Bolan would certainly be the second car brand that I think should get some more love in Grand Theft Auto Online. The third company today is Imper, which is a Japanese automobile manufacturer in the HD universe, which is based off of Lexus. Now, the logo looks to be a deformation of the Toyota logo, although Lexus and Toyota, they share the same company, so that's pretty much the same right there. There's only two vehicles under the Imper brand. The one you're probably most aware of is the ETR1, which is based off of the Lexus LFLC, and then the Habanero, which is based off of a Lexus RX, kind of like a crossover. So only two vehicles in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I think there's a lot of potential to add either another supercar or maybe even a sedan here. I think the Lexus LFA would be a really cool addition to the game, sort of a counteract to the ETR1, which is by far one of the coolest supercars we've got in the game. So that'd be pretty cool. And really, no one ever uses the Habanero. I think that's also one of Simeon's cars, so I don't even think you can buy that on one of the in-game websites. I literally think you have to find that out in the world. But that's the third car manufacturer today. I definitely think Imper should be getting a lot of love, and it really doesn't in-game, so that would be pretty cool. The next company is Fathom. So Fathom is another Japanese luxury automobile manufacturer in the HD universe, and it appears to be based off of Infinity. However, it only has one produced car in-game, being one of the least featured manufacturers in the entire game. And that vehicle is the FQ2. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I've never even heard or seen this. Well, that's because it's a four-door SUV and it's not all that great. It's based off of the second generation Infiniti FX QX70, which is just this basic normal four-door SUV. And this is literally one of the most dull and boring cars of all time. But I will say Infiniti in real life has created some pretty cool sports coupes and sports cars. So it would be cool if Rockstar dipped their toe back into this, because to only have one vehicle from this manufacturer seems a little bit of a bummer. So that'd be pretty cool if ultimately Rockstar gave an upgrade to this car manufacturer. After that, at the number 5 spot, we have Invetory. So Invetory is an American luxury sports car manufacturer in the HD universe, and it seems to be based off of Chevrolet. So the 3 vehicles we have in the game from Invetory are all Corvettes. You have the Corvette Classic, the Corvette Blackfin, and the standard Corvette. So literally all 3 of these vehicles that are produced in Grand Theft Auto 5 are the exact same car. So I definitely think that Rockstar could either expand on the Corvette line, either doing a souped up Benny's version or like a classic Corvette, maybe the one featured in Grand Theft Auto 4, or even one going farther back. But regardless, I think that this brand needs to get shown a little bit of love. There's a lot of cool Invetory cars, especially if they're going off of Chevrolet. They could do the Camaro or other types of real-life vehicles, so this would be pretty awesome. Even though this car manufacturer has 3 separate vehicles, they're all the same, which kind of is a little bit boring and shows that there is a lot of other cars that could be produced from this manufacturer. All right, automobile company number 6, Overflax. So Overflax is a Swedish luxury automotive manufacturer, and it's based off of the hypercar manufacturer Koenigsegg. So they only have one car in game, and that is the Entity XF, which is based off of some 2015 Koenigsegg models. So again, this is a hypercar, a supercar company that doesn't seem to get a lot of love. It seems like each update we get Pagasi vehicles, Grotti vehicles, but where is another Overflax? This would be perfect. I know Koenigsegg is producing new vehicles as we speak right now, so it'd be very cool if we either got an Entity XF Custom or another Koenigsegg's Overflax vehicle. This would be incredibly awesome. I mean, as far as vehicles that were in the game since day one, the Entity is one of the most unique, coolest, best customized, best performing supercars we still have in the game. So it'd be incredibly cool to see them do an upgraded or updated version of a Overflax vehicle. That's car company number 6. Car company number 7 is Volk R. So Volk R is a Swedish automotive manufacturer in the HD universe, and it's most likely based off of Volvo. Now, there's only 2 vehicles in the game from Volk R. The first one is the Ingot, which is a station wagon that's been in the game since day one. And the second one is the Warner. So the Warner is really cool. This appeared in the I Am Not a Hipster update. So the rumored update for the next one is supposed to be I'm Not a Hipster Part 2. Maybe this would be the perfect time to introduce another vehicle like that. The Warner had amazing customization. It's really cool as far as a 4-door sedan goes, and I think this would lead to great variety in the game as well. So even though I'm not a huge fan of Volvo vehicles in real life, I do think they could add some pretty nice variety in Grand Theft Auto 5. So I'd certainly like to see them appear in a future online update. At the number 8 spot today, we have Shyster. So Shyster is an American automaker of mid-range vehicles in the HD universe of Grand Theft Auto, and it is based off of Chrysler. So in Grand Theft Auto 5, there's only one vehicle, and it's the Fusillade, which is a 2-door coupe. And it's actually based off of the Chrysler Crossfire, which is a 2-door sports coupe car. So again, only one vehicle in the game. That would pretty much indicate the fact that we need more Shyster vehicles. I don't even think you can buy this vehicle online. This also looks to be one of Simeon's vehicles. Now, there was a really cool vehicle from this company that was actually featured in Grand Theft Auto 4, the PMP 600, which is based off of the Chrysler 300. That's a really cool sports sedan. I would love to see Rockstar add that. But once again, at the end of the day, this is just one of those car companies that only has one vehicle in the game, which is a real shame that Rockstar hasn't diversified a little bit more, especially when we have car companies that have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total vehicles, which to me is a little bit overkill. Company number 9 today is Weeny. So Weeny is a British vehicle automaker in the HD universe, which is based off of Mini, which is actually owned by BMW. Now, the Issy, which is the only vehicle in the game, is based off of the Mini Cooper, and I think that there could be some cool either upgrades to the Issy or other style Mini Coopers in the game. The one they give us right now is this kind of rink-a-dink convertible one, but there's actually some souped-up Mini Coopers that could be pretty cool. They could also do some throwback retro ones that I think would be pretty awesome as well. At least one more vehicle from the manufacturer Weeny would be really awesome, especially since we only have one currently in the game right now, and that is the Issy. Really, the only time I see the Issy is in single player when Tracy's driving it, and they're like last-ditch vehicles that you want to get when driving on the street. Other than that, there's really no other need to own a vehicle like this. The upgrades aren't that great. The performance is pretty dull. So that, again, of course, is the Weeny Issy. And last but not least today, we have Willard. So Willard is an American automotive company in the HD universe, and it is based off of the real-life company Buick. So there there was a lot of vehicles in the 3D universe, but there only is one in the HD universe, and that is the Faction. So the Faction has 3 variants, the normal one, the custom one, and the donk version, but that's it. I think there could be a lot of other cool Buick vehicles. This one's based off of the Buick Regal, kind of a late 80s model. So this would be a cool car manufacturer that could add a lot of variety in the game, but at the same time adding some cool vehicles too. So in San Andreas, there was a vehicle, the Elegant, which was based off of the 90s Roadmaster. That would actually be pretty awesome. And in Grand Theft Auto 4, there was 3 vehicles, the Marbell, the Solaire, and the Willard, that were all featured in the game. So those would be pretty cool additions, ones that we haven't seen in Grand Theft Auto 5, and I think that Willard would be a perfect company to get a couple more vehicles before it's all said and done in Grand Theft Auto Online. But anyways, those are the top 10 car brands and manufacturers in Grand Theft Auto 5 that don't get enough love, and in my opinion, need to see more DLC vehicles added into online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. What other car manufacturers or even real-life car brands would you like to see featured in Grand Theft Auto 5? I'd love to hear your answers in the comments section down below, so let me know down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.